Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. Today is July the 9th. It's a beautiful sunny day soon after the July the 4th celebration. Today I'd like to show you this, my favorite tree, actually, my punjin. Punjin just means scenery in a pot. I did this video 4 to 6 weeks ago, so this is an update. Basically, the history is that about 30, maybe even 40 years ago now, about 40 years ago, we went to Huangshan, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site in China. And it's a beautiful site where pine trees grow out of precipices. And it's really kind of heart-warming or throbbing when you see these coolies carrying, 100 kilogram of weight up a 2,000 feet mountain, and that's how they make a living for the hotel up on the hill, to supply the hotel on the hill. So when I came home, I was very inspired to create this bonsai. I went to the landscaping nursery to pick up this piece of rock, which is the Arizona Desert Rose rock. And I planted 2 little elm tree, 1-gallon elm tree. And they're not actually in the rock. They're actually planted in the ground. And then I used nail actually to tie it to the rock, and it grew into the rock. This one is solidly in the rock, but this one is not, partially in the rock. So bonsai, in some sense, is an art of deceit. You try to create something looks miniature, looks real, miniature, as if it's a giant tree, and just as this is growing out of the UNESCO Huangshan. But, if you get to enjoy it, you bring nature home, that's the nature of the game. So anyway, it grew really overgrown. These two are about the same height. I chopped it off to make it different height. Asymmetry makes your eye movement to improve the look. And then it's still overgrown. And then about 6 weeks ago, the National Bonsai Museum curator Michael James was visiting from Washington, D.C. So I kindly invite him to prune the tree, to kind of help me, to shape me, to teach me how to his point of view of doing bonsai. So he took a drastic cut to make it more like a tree that's growing in nature. So I think he did a wonderful job. And look how bare it looks then, 6 or 8 weeks ago, and how they all filled out nicely. And that's what I keep saying. The bonsai is growing wild to gain health and thicken the trunk. And then you cut it 6 weeks or 8 weeks before you're someone visiting, you want to show off the tree. You cut it back, you drastically, and remove all the dead leaves, the brown leaves. And then 6 weeks later, all new leaves are coming out, just like all these soft green leaves. It's really nice. And then you clip off a little bit of long growth. You have a beautifully perfect tree, just like you see in the bonsai book. So it's the art of the seed to make it look good, look natural when you need it to be. It's not always tidy and wonderful. The only thing you remember about keeping bonsai alive is to never let the root balls dry out by watering once a day. And I think our patent pending pot, by raising the drainage hole inside the pot, is a wonderful way to keep the water a little bit longer to enable time for the root ball to absorb the water. So I thank you very much for watching today. To enjoy my, actually I shouldn't say that because they're all my children, my favorite bonsai because it's a punching. Oh, by the way, my granddaughter, Kayla, who is studying to become a doctor at the Mayo Medical School, she liked this tree, so it's hers. Someday maybe I encourage to donate it to a museum or something so everybody can enjoy it. But thank you very much for watching. Click like, subscribe to our channel by giving our mailing address so that we can put you on notice. And please stay tuned. See you next week. Thank you.